Yep.
Getting into topics.
All right, we are live. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Dash's All White Road, episode 3. We've got a great show. Let's just wait for everyone to get in. Introduce our panel. We have, of course, Digny the Cartoon Gentleman and Xeen Dravarol as a guest. How are you doing, Xeen?
It's Dravarol, I think, right?
Dravarol.
Yeah, Galaxy got it.
It's Dravarol, not Darl. There's an R and a V.
Yeah, Galaxy got it there. Yes, I'm doing good.
Nice.
What?
And we also, of course, have Galaxy Red.
Hey guys, what's up? How you doing? I'm doing good too.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just not getting the full list of comments in the StreamYard's thing.
Is it? Are we getting comments yet? I don't know if we are or not.
No, yeah, we are getting comments. We got Roadkill. I want to get his up. Roadkill's in the chat.
Yeah, StreamYard's not working then because it's not. It's supposed to be showing up, but it's not on there.
Yeah, I don't see it in StreamYards either. I see it in YouTube.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a problem. That is a problem.
Yeah.
Oh
no, RC, we keep back going. Your camera would look like it's frozen for a minute.
I'll just have to keep YouTube open. I sadly won't be able to.
Yeah, I won't be able to highlight any chat right now.
Yeah,
might not be able to do it for the whole stream.
But
I don't know.
Yeah, not without restarting. And if we restart, we'll lose everything. So yeah. So we'll just continue with introductions. So how have you been, man?
Been good. I was on Dare Moose last night, and the rest of the week I was obviously streaming my games, and I finished the Mario Luigi Brothership Wednesday night. Finally.
Oh, nice! I still want to play that.
Yeah, it's a really fun game. If you play the other Mario Luigi games, you'll like it.
Yeah, big fan of those. And of course, we have Arza. How are you, man?
I'm doing all right. I just finished recording a video, which I'll upload once we're done with the show because I still have to edit it. Just talking about how people have been going after Caleb Hammer for a while, and they're saying a lot of really dumb things against him. So I figured it'd be fun to do that. So, but I have to edit it because I forgot to do the audio. Over here, though, I have some cool things. Like, I have a brand new toy, which is playing back here. And since you don't have to zoom in, this is what it is. It's an SNES with a bunch of games. And the games cost,
yeah, but
if I were to resell the game...
You gotta say that. It's not Punch-Out, obviously. You're playing Street Fighter.
Here's Super Punch-Out. Playing behind me is Street Fighter Alpha 2, which is like a $90 game. I have Super Metroid and a bunch of other games, so that's cool. And I've got some other things that I've been working on, such as adding a 4th monitor to my setup.
Ooh.
Good. My TV is now a monitor.
All right. And all right, so I guess that concludes introduction. Diggy, do you want to introduce yourself, or I want to address Kenneth? How are you doing, man?
Well, it is great to see everyone in the chat. I hope you're all enjoying this train wreck of a show. I am the dignified cartoon gentleman, exploring why things go wrong in entertainment, gaming, and wider popular culture. I aim to be entertaining, I aim to be informative, and I aim to create more cartoon versions of myself. Hail Hydra, and that sort of thing. It's great to be here, Dash. I hope we all enjoy today's show. We've got 4 topics for today's show, all courtesy of Dash Attack. I haven't told our guest about them because I didn't want to scare him away. I didn't expect Arza to be here, so he probably doesn't know them either. But fingers crossed, we'll all have a great time on the old white road. And I think, Dash, a great way to start these topics of the day would be to start on a positive note and to talk a little bit about Jimmy Kimmel.
Yes. Oh boy.
Positive
how
note for
I-
everyone else, but not for him.
I've always disliked him for a long time. I have disliked Jimmy Kimmel because he doesn't just. It's not because he dislikes Trump. It's because he dislikes anything like who he sees as supportive of Trump, like the middle
yeah.
class.
Yeah,
He detests.
TDS. Well, TDS is a massive problem, Dash. And folks, we're not an information channel here. We're a couple of cartoons and a guy in a suit. Okay, we're just ordinary. Well, we're not ordinary people because we're 4 cartoons and a suit. But
Yeah, what am I doing surrounded by a bunch of Muppets?
Hey,
ours
we're not
are,
Muppets.
I literally cannot help it. I can't say the same for the rest of the panel. But now it's been a minute since I wrote down the timestamp. I actually do like one thing Jimmy Kimmel did, and that was be in blackface. Oh, come on, people. Your cartoons.
Come on, he
laugh.
did it for the culture.
My goodness.
Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, so a lot of like people, including SAG-AFTRA, are like saying that the president and his FCC chairman flexed their muscles to get him off the air. But I've been hearing that it was actually these like cable providers that, or like the people that actually host the channel, like on the airwaves, that like got Disney to come.
It was a bottom-up campaign to dismiss him. First of all,
Yeah, I mean, he
Jimmy
only had.
Kimmel's show. Well,
Yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel's
Yeah.
show has record low viewership.
I was going to
Galaxy.
say that. Yeah, I was going to say that.
It's doing very bad,
It
and
only has
it's
129,000 views.
yeah,
Viewers. So it's like
he's
less than any YouTuber I know of.
yeah, he's a moderate. And
He's not a moderate.
He's not a moderate, folks. He's an established / prominent level content creator, judging by the views that he gets every week. Not worthy of mainstream attention, in my view.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Can you just point out that Dash said that they flexed their muscles to get Jimmy Kimmel off?
Yeah. Yes, you
Until-
can take you can take the twink out of the dock, but you can't take the dock out of the twink. But I will make it clear, just to let everyone know, that it's very interesting that Fox News is covering this, considering the only reason Fox News isn't under Disney's control is because of America's monopoly rules.
Yep.
It's
Go on.
So
It's also worth
apparently,
noting-
we can't really play because otherwise Fox will strike us if we react. But apparently Kimmel, like they wanted to get Kimmel to issue an apology to help get his show back on, and he outright refused.
Mm. Well, I commend him. I commend him for that, Dash, because as you know, my mentor was pressured for many months to apologize for the controversy he was involved in, and dug his heels in so much that he ended up getting annihilated, and all of his years of hard work, consistency, and dedication and content creation got annihilated. So I commend Kimmel for that. He's sticking to his position. I hope, in fact, I pray that Jimmy Kimmel becomes a content creator, because then we can see just how much support he really has.
Well, we already know how much support he has, because him and the others did a podcast together on YouTube when during COVID, because they couldn't really do any shows. Remember?
Yeah, I heard it.
And it was
terribly.
really bad. It was a really bad podcast. It only lasts like
Not
even a month, I think.
Well, guys, you wouldn't expect any of us to be on television, okay? Imagine me on television. Imagine the dignified cartoon gentleman on a Fox show, right? That would be crazy. Eh? It would be like seeing Xeen at a strip club. It's like, this can't happen. This is impossible. But what we're seeing here, folks, is there's a pre-Charlie Kirk and there's a post-Charlie Kirk period. The the people on our side, for the most part, some of them are a bit kooky and want to bomb Iran, but most of the people on our side realize now that there's no way to compromise with the left anymore. And all it took was the murderous political assassination of a fine man to wake people up to the fact that our opposition, sorry, Xeen, I know it's your first time on, want us dead. This is a bad way to pop your panel cherry if this is your first time on a show, Xeen.
Well,
we get serious here.
Yeah,
Go on, Dan.
I do want to make this point that okay, so Kimmel planned to attack Trump before suspension. ABC executives asked Kimmel to go on air and apologize, but he wrote a strong monologue. Disney says we can't let him go on air tonight.
Which is well within their rights, because at the end of the day, they are in charge. Xeen, what were you going to say?
Basically, yeah, that doesn't burst anything because I expected this was going to happen. Even I had the feeling, even back when the Democrats was basically blaming Republicans for everything, Republican this, Republican that, Republican bad, all the way back 2 decades ago. So,
See, folks, it's the same book. You're just going through the different pages. But expect more of this as time goes on, guys. I think it's very important to keep the pressure on and realize it's them or us. Right? It's called a culture war for a reason. And I know we're 4 cartoons and a guy in a suit, but we're trying our best to blend entertainment on the surface and information deep down.
Yeah, I want to get Arza's opinion next because he says he's been against like this wave of firings.
Yes, go ahead. Go on.
I'm not against the wave of fire. What I'm against is firing too many people and being punitive to too many people. There are people who deserve to get fired, such as teachers, military, government people. They deserve to get fired. They legitimately deserve to lose their job. Jimmy Kimmel also is not being fired for denigrating Charlie Kirk. That's not what happened. That is an objective miscounting of what happened. Is the people who showed the show, the people who own all of the channels which shows ABC, were like, we can't air this because it is an objective lie and will get us in trouble with the FCC because it is an objective lie that is being told. You can't tell lies on broadcast TV very easily, especially if you know them to be false. So Jimmy Kimmel wasn't fired for celebrating Kirk's death. He was fired for breaking the government law.
Yeah, misinformation, lying about the political affiliations of the shooter.
Well, and it was purely just a protective measure for these people. It wasn't a matter of him being fired for making fun of Kirk.
Well, I think it's very important that we realize that this was a bottom up, like an uprising in a sense. It was the bottom up telling the corpo rats, look, this is against the law. And if you don't, shove this guy aside, well, we're going to get in trouble. And you're going to get in trouble.
This isn't really bottom up. Bottom up would be from the audience demanding he gets fired. This is more middle ground versus... It's the second level against the top level. Not really the bottom.
I realize now why we can't show comments. It's because I originally set the video to private and then switched it on YouTube and not StreamYard. So
Don't you mean show?
Yeah, it does say at the top, YouTube doesn't support comments on private videos.
Yeah, but we are public. We are live. Otherwise, no one would be commenting.
I know, but that means that's what you forgot to switch it, and now we're
stuck.
Chats. Anyway,
my God, Dash Attack can't even set up a show properly.
This is all StreamYards. You still British man.
I'm from Israel.
All right, Galaxy. Let's get your take.
Well, I was going to bring up a point that even though like Arza was saying like about the FCC and everything about the can't knowingly lie. I mean, CNN does it like every single day. So I mean, so that's a different thing, I guess. But also the thing with Jimmy Kimmel is that people keep saying like, oh, Trump is the one that actually like did it. He was the one that got him like fired. It was like, no, it was just the companies. They're working for. They're working with ABC. Said no, we cannot air this. And also for that, and also obviously his views and stuff are really low. He got fired for that, right? He just like we can't keep having you on. We can't keep having you have a time slot. You're not getting us any money. So,
he was a genuine money sink for Disney for years. They kept him on out of courtesy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think the days of the late night talk show host should come to an end. In fact, I'm of the view, ladies and gentlemen, that mainstream television, just like mainstream education, shouldn't exist in the 21st century. They're products of their time, products of the 19th and 20th centuries. They've had their time to shine. Let them fade away. This is the age of the creator now.
Yeah.
At least you don't. When you're saying like you're the few, I say like don't mean that few though.
Look,
I think
man,
I'm on that too.
If 5 or 6 female content creators wanted to do their own The View inspired show and just cluck like hens and lay eggs, then by all means, if it resonates with women, then
look
so
at
be
Toxic
it.
Femininity. That's kind of what they do. That show, whenever it's on, it's a female-centric show. But no, the issue isn't that late night is dead. It's that the late night we have is establishment muck. The problem isn't that late night as a medium, as a genre is dead. It's that we don't have anybody who's authentic doing late night anymore. We don't have anybody who is actually funny, actually in touch with reality doing late night. It's all these establishment shills and Democrat speaking heads.
Yeah,
I'll tell you this,
once they became like vehicles of propaganda and stopped being like actual show hosts interviewing celebrities, it became irrelevant.
I'll tell you this, folks. This show bears no resemblance to reality because we're 4 cartoons and a guy in a suit. That would actually be a good name for a show. 4 cartoons and a man in a suit.
This is just called a Muppet special, damn it.
Oh, damn. Look, I don't have any...
We're not Muppets, though.
You might as well be. I can see the hand up your ass.
Are we made of felt?
Except one.
Are we made of felt?
Well, I know 2 Muppets.
Let me touch and find out.
I know 2 Muppets on this panel have hands up their asses, and it's not Xeen or me.
And it's not me either. Shut up.
He got all defensive. That means he is. But in all seriousness, folks, the idea of, comedian propagandists needs to come to an end. We don't need Stephen Colbert. We don't need Jimmy Kimmel. We don't need Jimmy Fallon. We certainly don't need Keith Olbermann because that guy might as well be a comedian. Everyone's laughing at him. We need, in my view, a potent mix of entertainment and information that's driven from the bottom up, not from the top down, right?
Yeah.
That's the way to go, even if it means playing dress up. I mean, Xeen looks like he's come from the 19th century with that getup. Dash looks like he's come from the 22nd century with that getup. And Galaxy Red looks like he's come from the 15th century with that getup. So it just goes to show.
Yeah. Well, mine, it's just Final Fantasy 14 gear in the game.
Yes. So. It's inspired by the Middle Ages. I can tell by the aesthetic. Arza, don't worry about your hair. It's perfectly fine. Okay, look at my hair.
That was in the private chat. You were supposed to say that out loud, damn it.
Well, that's the thing about me. That's the thing people love about Digny is that we will say the unsayable and do the undoable.
Okay. Look at this right here. Look at this. What the fuck is this? Why can't I get it to do something? Ugh.
It's called hair.
I need these glasses because I can't hear without my glasses.
You can't hear?
Well, yeah, my glasses are headphones. These are my headphones. I'm listening to you guys through here.
Yeah, you didn't notice that?
That's strange.
So, like, I find it also a little bit, like, disgusting how, like you have people like Chuck Schumer and stuff like that showing more outrage over the Kimmel firing than the actual shooting.
Well, when people
because
go on.
They only have sympathy for those that they see as actually being human. And they don't
Exactly.
see
Yeah.
they don't see Kirk as human. They don't see us as human,
They
but
see
they
him as
do
a-
see their
him as a
speaking head as
fascist,
human
even
because
though he's
they
not.
need him.
What people
Yeah.
need to, well, sorry, Galaxy, but what
Oh,
people
that's a
really
no.
need to,
Sorry.
what people need to understand, and this is what my mentor taught Smash JT, who was a guest of a previous network show. What my mentor taught him was the opposition see any damage to their ideology as akin to physical damage. That's why a murderous political assassination was conducted against Charlie Kirk, because he was the most effective at damaging, undermining, and effectively killing the leftist ideology, to use an American term, because you guys don't know how to spell communism. And that's why they killed him. Because to them, if you harm their ideas, you might as well be harming them. To them, words are violence. That's why when you listen to what these people say, like all extremists, listen to what they say, because they truly believe it. And that's the dangerous thing about extremists, is that unlike most moderates, some moderates are principled
Real
folks, don't get
moderates.
me wrong.
Real
But
moderates, not fake moderates.
But almost all extremists will tell you what they're going to do and will do it, whether it's in politics, economics, even the extreme creative types, right? If they want to do something, they'll do it because their radicalism drives them forward. Whereas with moderates, most moderates climb the greasy pole, they play the game, they backstab, and you scratch my back, I scratch yours. And that's how the center has basically, well, the center in air quotes, has been dominant since the end of the Second World War. Because, they dodge and weave. That's why politicians don't answer questions, because they are of that ilk and of that type. That's why Donald Trump was so refreshing, because he had that radical mindset, but he wasn't crazy, right? And that's the balance. That's the balance you need. You need a radical who isn't going to blow up your country. Unlike Jimmy Kimmel, who will blow up your country just for a laugh.
He has literally laughed at the idea of like people losing their jobs, of people dying. Like he is a horrible human being, and like I've always like his hatred like for Trump like made him a terrible person, because it bled into like almost everyone else.
Absolutely. But
No, it didn't make him a terrible person. It was such a level of hatred that he was finally comfortable dropping his guard. These people have protective shields up to make it not look like they're terrible people. They say the funny thing, they say what's in the zeitgeist some of the time, so they think they are, in fact, the voice of the people.
I think it's very important to realize that if the camera always told the truth, folks, we'd find out a lot more about scandals than we would otherwise. That was the thing about Jimmy Savile in the UK. He was in front of people's televisions for the best part of 5 decades. It wasn't until he died when people found out about all the sexual shenanigans he did, right? And the same is true with the people in front of the camera and behind the camera in Hollywood, in the entertainment industry, and in the news media for the most part. Of course, there are rare exceptions here and there, but they are the exception. They're not the rule. That's why when someone like Trump goes rogue and upsets the whole balance of power in the whole system, that's why they're panicking. That's why TDS became a thing. It's like a once great antibody for the system went rogue and is now causing havoc to try and make things better for the people as well as for himself. Let's not be naive about that.
Rival Jace, you say that someone in sports, like a sports player, like actually made that comment, and Jimmy Kimmel got very, very defensive.
Oh yeah. Oh, his ass has definitely been on the island because he gets fucked all the time. Okay, folks, that's probably why he was there. Sorry to get all dark. Okay, but that's the way of the world these days. That's why they cover things up. That's why they hide all the lists and all sorts of shenanigans behind the scenes, because it's not all sunshine and rainbows. And it's good to see Rival. I'm just gonna call you Jose, because every time I see that word, I think Jose.
Yeah,
Oh,
that is him.
That's
That is him.
Jace. Oh,
Yeah, it's him.
nice. Hey, man. If you can make it on the panel, you're welcome on.
I don't know if it's him or not. I just
it's him.
the same name, so I just
Pretty
say
sure it's
Jose. But it's good to see
think it's him, yeah.
Mikey over at the Goon
Room.
The Goon Room. Well, it is the Dude Room if the Goon is a gay, folks. And we're just going through the fact that Jimmy Kimmel is a hateful individual who doesn't want any of you to be free, and was very gleeful.
Hateful. He
like
loves
the
it
rest.
quite a lot. I
Yeah,
think.
see, he's on his personal account. He says he's at work.
There we go. Well, hopefully you're not blaring this out at work. Black Lives Matter, Wakanda forever.
Liar.
No, the truth. It's
All
the
right,
truth.
let's get on to the next topic.
What?
Oh, or you want to still talk about Kimmel?
Of course we want to talk more about Kimmel, because Kimmel Dash is just, to wrap up this topic, because every topic needs to be wrapped up, just like you like wrapping things up when you do the deed.
Everyone should wrap things up when doing the deed, Digny. Come on. That's
no,
basic
no,
hygiene.
no,
But
Yeah.
depends on what
that's
you mean.
because-
But
Well, we need more people. But in regards to Jimmy Kimmel, he is a symptom of the wider problem, and I understand ours as concerns. We don't want this to turn into a witch hunt or a red scare or that sort of thing. But we also must realize that we have to take a better safe than sorry approach. Of course, that's going to lead to some for lack of a better term, casualties along the way. But to use a leftist talking point, it's for the greater good, Arza.
Well,
It's
do you
to
guys want me-
ensure
since-
America has a tomorrow.
Since I haven't talked about it stream, do you guys want me to break down my level of concern? Why I'm
Sure,
concerned about it?
Of
Also,
course,
just have
yeah,
had the time.
absolutely. We want dissenting opinions on this show.
Of course, I want to
So-
pad out this topic.
Yeah, the devil advocate point of view.
One of my most recent videos, the last one I put out before the one I'm going to put out later today, was actually talking about my concern with firing a lot of these people, because I don't think every single person who denigrates Charlie Kirk or makes fun of his death should be fired. Well, they should be, but ought they? They are celebrating terrorism, which is an OSHA violation and a crime. They are cheering on the death of somebody whose beliefs are generally representative of 50% of the country, meaning they do wish the same on about 50% of the country. So I understand the reason to want them all to be fired, and they technically do deserve to be fired. But is it the best thing to do to fire them? When you look at what Charlie Kirk preached, when you look at what the Bible preaches, it's really antithetical to that, to hold them to such an extreme level of punitive action. When we're firing them, and being fired is not a small thing. When you get fired for this kind of thing, not only does that mean you now lose all financial security, but you're losing future as well. Because when your employer looks you up, they're going to see, oh, you were on charliesmurderers.com. And now you yourself also you can't get rehired either. So it's cutting you off from future chances of recovery as well. It doesn't leave a lot of room for forgiveness, for growth, or personal development. And most importantly, we're dealing with a lot of mentally deranged people who are not stable and are not able to control their own emotions because they have never once had to inhibit. So what will somebody do if we take away personal responsibility and we take away their last thing to live for? This person has cut off their family. They've cut off their friends. They've cut off their loved ones. They have nothing of
cut off
value
their
anymore.
penis.
Well, they did that.
Yes, they did that. And so the only thing they have left now is their job. Well, we take away their job. They now have nothing to live for, ostensibly. So what will they do next? I am legitimately concerned that firing some of these people will lead to more violence. We want another... I think firing them will lead to the next Charlie Kirk. That is where it's going to come from, is by firing them.
If that's the case, then they were already dangerous to begin with.
Well,
Yeah,
Dash,
but
I
you
think
can't
that's
handle- Yeah.
Look, if you want a pretext to get rid of your political opponents, folks, lumping them all as terrorists is a great way to do it. When you really think about ours as perspective, now think of yourself as a slimy political operative on the right who's sick and tired of the left poisoning the discourse. Of course, you want them all to be driven to extremism because that'll justify a red scare on steroids, right? So when you think about it, when you use the sword against the sword, you're going to get the end point of a culture war. And the end point of a culture war is a war, whether you like it or not. And that war, as we've seen across the modern world, will naturally devolve into terrorism. Sorry, YouTube, for the problematic words, but this will be towards the end of a video, and your algorithm won't be bothered to look it up. And I think...
If I can also offer one other point. A lot of these people also... they're not properly cognizant. They're not fully aware of the real world. They live in a very tight bubble, a very small bubble of influence. So they don't actually see the world. They don't know what Charlie believes. And when you fire them, because these people legitimately think they're fighting fascism. They don't know what fascism is, so they think what they're doing is fighting it. And so when you fire them for what they see as a righteous cause, what you are doing is convincing them that fascism has won. You're convincing them that the thing that they've been fear-mongered about is true. And so I do think it might be more influential and better focused if instead of firing them, of course, fire the teachers, fire the government employees, fire the military, fire those of influence. But people like janitors, baristas, pencil pushers, if we show them the grace they have denied us for so long, at some point they can't deny that we are showing them grace.
We have shown them grace, though. That's my opinion.
Yeah, it's been like that for years. Yeah, we've been trying to give them grace.
Gentlemen, we also have to consider how much the discourse has changed over the past decade, especially. And I think a lot of people would have supported ours' mindset 10 years ago, but the same moderate, the same moderate-minded people, Red, won't support that mindset of reconciliation now because they're sick and tired of what the opposition are doing. And you know, it's very natural for a human being who is sick and tired of someone for years, if not decades, to have this mentality of revenge. For how many years did Jimmy Kimmel spew his nonsense, and people were like, I don't want this guy in the discourse. I want to get rid of him. I'm sure those people were celebrating when his show got pulled. I'm sure.
I do want to ask, have we been showing them grace? And yes, we have been very kind to them. But is that a matter of grace or a matter of our only path of recourse? We haven't had the institutional power until now. We were not the dominant force in the zeitgeist. We were not in a position where we could show them anything but grace. Now we have a choice. We didn't have a choice before. We now have the ability to, and I'm not saying forgive them entirely. I'm not saying give them a green check. What I'm saying is hit them with a tempered response, a tempered punishment, a tempered counter. And also don't forget and don't let them forget how they treated us. I'm saying I think firing might be a little too far for a lot of these people. And to Jace's comment, we should fire doctors. Doctors should be fired because they cannot be trusted to give fair treatment.
And speaking of fair treatment, let's get our guest's perspective before we eagerly move on to the next topic, because Dash really wants to cover this next topic. Xeen, what do you make of everything you've heard so far, just to wrap this topic up?
Basically, I can understand by firing them can lead them into a corner, and a wounded animal cornered can be a very dangerous animal.
Yes, especially if they're African. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we'll move on.
Come on, man, come on.
Look, this is the end of a topic. The algorithm isn't going to give a shit. Play the game, Dash. Play the game.
All right, let's just go to the next topic.
34 minutes. and 55 seconds. What is the next topic of the day, Dash?
Oh, let's see. There's several ones we can pick.
Let's talk about the ghost.
The ghost. Oh,
Ghost of
yes,
Yotei.
the ghost of Yotei. Yeah, let
Yotei.
us talk about
Yeah.
that. Let's pull up the last trailer
More
on
like
YouTube.
more like Ghost of No Buy.
Ghost of Nobody.
Well, just to let everyone
I'm
know,
sorry.
apparently,
I'm
no,
sorry.
it's all right. It's
Wait,
all right.
I
Ozzo.
don't
We'll
think you have to
just
say you're sorry for that. It's
we'll just cut to the intro music when we turn this into a video. But for those who are unaware, apparently the pre-orders for Ghosts of Yotei are way below that of their predecessor, Ghosts of Tsushima. Also, for those who
I'm
are
shocked.
also unaware, in regards to the main voice actress for Ghosts of Yotei, Erika Ishii, the Chinese Erika, for those who are unfamiliar. Apparently, she's sympathetic to Antifa, which is now a terrorist organization.
Yeah, well, she
So-
says she is Antifa, and so is her
Her
so
wife.
is her wife.
Well, could you imagine this, folks? Imagine if I made a public statement saying I'm the Taliban.
I'm shocked you haven't
Well,
yet.
the funny thing is, she said that after after Trump,
Well, yeah,
said
like she said it
designated him
in
as a terrorist
2020, the
organization.
political climate was different, but now things have changed, and
Yeah.
like it's
Well, she said it
that
again, though, I
comment.
think. Did she?
Did she say it again?
I thought she said it again. Maybe not.
I haven't been keeping tabs on her social media because I frankly have already written her off. I mean,
Yeah,
I
don't
saw
look at
I
her
saw
stuff,
the
but-
video of her protesting the police at Disneyland, waving non-binary and trans flags respectively. Other pictures from when she was doing that have like surfaced, but I've seen the full video. Like she's at a kids' theme park doing this. And granted, it is Disney, so
Mm-hmm.
And
know-
Savvy's comment, Savvy's comment there, Dash, speaks, I think, really bottles down this entire topic. But folks, we need to fill half an hour, so we are, of course, going to expand on what's being said. Quote, the studio, that being Sucker Punch, the makers of Ghost of Yotei, the studio celebrates assassination. That is the murderous political assassination of Charlie Kirk. No thanks. Maybe don't work with activists in the future. They're kind of a liability when it comes to motivating customers to open wallets. Well, if there were enough customers who were pro-terrorism, they'd certainly make their money back, but then the American government would bomb them like they do any other terrorist entity.
yeah.
That does well.
So where did you get those pre-order numbers?
Oh, in regards to the pre-order numbers, I heard it on the grapevine.
Ah,
Look,
nice.
we're not a news channel, Dash, but I can confidently say that the pre-orders for Ghosts of Yotei are smaller than their predecessor. But I heard on the grapevine that they're half of their
Yeah.
predecessor.
Oh, that
apparently,
is
apparently it's
really,
because a lot of
really.
people. Apparently, because a lot of people are canceling it.
Exactly.
Canceling
Well,
the pre-orders
also-
from the comments.
A lot of the gameplay has come out, and the gameplay is not good. The gameplay is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a copy and paste of the first game. Like they didn't.
No,
like,
no,
upgrade
it does
it does not.
It's
It is not.
No,
Tsushima
okay,
was
okay.
a lot
Let me talk a little bit about this. So, in the least shocking thing, I'm sure, I actually know how to sword fight. I 100% actually know how to use swords, and the protagonist of Ghost of Yotei does not know how to use swords. So throughout multiple of the display, she's holding a katana. She's dual-wielding katanas, and one of them is in reverse grip. First of all, the katana is a two-handed sword, not a one-handed sword. You do not use a katana like this. Use it like this. And then this is also the worst way to hold a sword. Swords do not work in reverse grip because you have no point of leverage. You can use a dagger like this, you can use a dirk like this, but you cannot hold a katana like this because it's just too heavy.
You can use a short sword.
I
It's like-
know.
Short sword,
not-
maybe. Not
I mean, yeah.
Sword is
yeah.
kind of
Well,
I
to
think it's
me,
called.
was
I
the
think
game.
in Japan it's called like a dachi or something.
yeah. So
Guys,
Wazakashi. I do have
guys,
some.
guys.
well,
I know
Yeah.
who Arza reminds me of now. He's Shadversity's little cousin.
Oh my god, I cannot unsee it.
And it's gonna
It's
be
like some.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
someone lab
Shadversity.
grown Shadversity.
I'm
Damn.
Shadversity, but I don't complain about the algorithm. Okay, but what you're talking about is a Wazakashi, which my sister bought me these. I do not buy these on my own because these are kind of cringe. So Wazakashi is a short katana.
Mm-hmm.
This is the size comparison. Oh shit! This is the size comparison. So the Wazakashi ends here. The katana ends up here. These are of course in their sheath. And she is not wielding a Wazakashi and katana. She is wielding two katanas, which are full-length swords. If it was a katana and a Wazakashi, maybe, because you would hold the Wazakashi like this as a way, as a bit of a parry tool to direct when you slash with the sword. There are some things where you dual wield like this, but even then, you are better dual wielding with both facing upwards instead of having one in reverse, because it's really hard to hit somebody when you're like this, because your reach is heavily limited and your blocking potential is significantly reduced because you don't have that that same blocking strength, because you are losing all of your leverage.
I think it's very important for people to realize, especially non-Japanese viewers, is that the katana is for killing other people, and the wakasashi or whatever it's called is for killing yourself, because the Japanese they don't surrender. Well, at least the good ones don't. There we go. So Dash, why don't you play this, and then we can get thoughts from our guest.
Okay, yeah. So I want to see, like, I think some of the game, but I also wanted to highlight the comments if they're still up. Yeah, so
Oh,
like
my point for
50,000 K dislikes.
Damn.
One of them's from me. Yeah, and then there's my they didn't delete my RAP Charlie Kirk comment. They deleted Yellow Flash's comment.
Damn.
No, they hit it. They didn't delete. They hit it.
They hit it. How do you see unhidden comments?
You have to, like, I forget how you do it on YouTube, but you can see hidden comments, but it's hard.
A gay pack.
difficult.
Okay, should I play with or without volume?
Without.
Without volume. Okay.
Make it
Okay,
bigger.
let's look at some of this gameplay. So this is her revenge story right here. A man did
Make it
something.
bigger. There we go.
Oh yeah,
Oh, and my reason for mentioning the sword flow is because in the first game, the sword combat is actually incredibly accurate. It's very realistic sword combat.
To think the infamous franchise was sacrificed for this.
yeah.
Well, at least the first game is still got a good market history though. It's like a really good game, but
So yeah, a lot of this looks just like it looks like a PS4
very similar.
game. It looks like
very,
a PS4.
Yeah, it looks very similar.
The
to Persona,
graphics
but
look like PS4. This does not look like $70.
It's good. It's great to see Assassin's Creed Shadows is getting a second release.
I was about to say that.
There we go.
Yeah, honestly, it looks like. I mean, yeah. Well, it looks more like an Assassin's Creed game than Assassin's Creed Shadows. It doesn't. It doesn't really look as good as Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah,
Well,
so
Xeen,
let's.
I'm assuming Ghost of Yotei is going to be very similar to an Assassin's Creed game in terms of the gameplay, anyway, compared to Ghost of Tsushima, because Ghost of Tsushima is more methodical, I think, for the fights, the combat.
They should have just copied Blue Eye Samurai and turned it into a video game. But Xeen, what do you make of this topic so far?
You can definitely tell they use the IP for their political purposes. Oh, we all can tell that. And
anything else?
Yes, the fact that they sometimes how to see hidden comments. Usually, you have to go on to like the newest first, and you have to scroll all the way to the timestamp the person who posted said comment. So if Yellow Flash made his pretty early on in the video, you have to like scroll all the way, and sometimes you may not see it because
So it's like that. So it's buried essentially.
it's buried. Yes.
Well, check out all the videos that are being recommended to Dash. One's from Kirsch, one's from Razor Fist, which he's watched. One's from Yellow Flash, which he hasn't watched.
Well, none of my videos? What the hell, man?
I know, man. I know. It's
so nosy. You're so nosy, man.
Look, it's my job to know everything about a content creator, especially when I'm working with. Oh, and now I understand.
There's Yellow Flash with the.
Now I understand why we're not getting any views, because Cassie's live at the same time as us. But yeah, you watch that demon flying fox video as well. That's interesting. And expect more sucker punch material or PlayStation material in your algorithm now, because you're watching those videos.
See, this is why when I watch things for my channel, I watch them on my channel account, which has no history on.
Ah, damn it. See, look, Dash, you've learned something from this interaction, haven't you?
Also, why are you in light mode?
It's because he's a racist.
Oh, damn.
Look, there is an extension that will turn all websites into dark mode, and you really should use it. It makes everything
Yeah,
look
well,
so much
YouTube
better.
already has a dark mode on there too, though. So
Yeah.
I mean, just
we
switch it over.
need more diversity in web browsers, and a great way of adding diversity is just to make all the background black. So yes, Black lives do matter. And look, although this video didn't exactly get ratioed, a lot of people
did get right. Oh, wait. How this?
It's the wrong one because you have it on the on the playlist that it's going.
Yeah,
you
you let them play Dash. You're helping them.
No, see, look,
giving them more views.
55,000 likes.
No, dislikes. Yeah.
I don't know. Are brand channels able to be monetized?
Yes, I think so. They're probably making some money off it, but probably not a lot.
Indeed, indeed. Well, best of luck to PlayStation. I think they're going to need it, considering they're the last man standing in the console space. They're like the last dinosaur as the meteor is crashing into Earth. But check out that show, folks. Dash's Old White Road, Episode 3. We appreciate everyone's support. Like the stream, share the stream, all that fun stuff. And let's
also
everyone.
I don't like to be like pushy with super chats, but donations are really welcome.
Oh yeah, I love being pushy. It's why this show is here. But we appreciate everyone's support. We are not going to support Ghost of No Play, as Slay Every Game puts it in the chat. And I am very hopeful that the games industry, which is rotten to the core, will eventually collapse. And Sandfall just buys everything with their next project, Claire Obscure Writer's War, where you play as a writer and your objective is to defeat Claire and enter the canvas and defeat the artists. Do you think that would be a good idea, guys? Play as a writer against the artists. That'd be interesting.
I don't know.
Oh, come on, people. Can't be any worse than Ghost of Yotei. Let's take Tsushima, take everything good about it out, and put a woman in it.
And set it 200 years later in a completely different area, yet somehow she's wearing the same exact mask, which is like the only connection this game has to the first one. Is that mask?
Mm-hmm. It's utterly ridiculous, and it doesn't make any sense. My idea of essentially, if you run out of ideas, folks, you just find something that's good and use it as inspiration. Great example would be Blue-Eyed Samurai. Use that as inspiration
Yeah,
for
but
your next
for
Ghosts
some
project. Go
for
ahead.
some reason they completely switched the team up, like, and a lot of like the Sucker Punch people that worked on the previous game aren't working on this game, and it's like you have like almost an entirely new team that just wants to go in a completely different direction while copying the style and gameplay of the first game, and it's just lazy.
It's a big problem. That's why core teams need a pipeline, but they need core members that stand the test of time. I mean, look at this show, for example. Many people have come and gone through its predecessor, and we are where we are today. We've still stayed true to the nature of how we started, and that's the way any developer and any publisher should operate to fully sustain their projects. Go ahead, Red.
Well, I was going to say that about the don't forget that there was a thing with a Sucker Punch when they were first announcing Ghost of Yotei. They said that Ghost of they didn't they weren't being very fair or whatever to Japan or something like that, or with Ghost of Tsushima or something, even though they actually won awards. Remember that?
They said they weren't. Yeah, they literally won an award.
Yeah, and they were saying they weren't being as honoring Japan in the first game. Wasn't honoring it enough. They said, even though they won an award from Japan.
Look, the guys at Sucker Punch saw what Ubisoft did to Japan and thought, oh, they can get away with offending the Nippons, so we might as well do the same.
Except they didn't get away with it.
Well,
yeah, this game's gonna tank.
Assassin's Creed Shadows flopped in Japan.
How embarrassing! Digimon's gonna beat this game.
As long as they're still in business, they'll consider that a victory, because the victory is not in profitability. The victory is in spreading the pathogen to new people who don't know any better.
The message pathogen.
Yeah, I think that message has run its course, and people are resounding rejecting it.
Maybe in the West, but certainly not in Japan. Did you know, folks, Japan has the third world's biggest communist party? Outside of Russia and China, Japan has the world's biggest communist party.
Yeah, communism is a big problem in Japan, that I do know. And honestly, they are becoming a little bit too much like us with the politically,
And that's the downside, folks, of I wouldn't say occupying, because that's the wrong term, but amalgamating new parts of the world into your part of the world, is that they get the best of you, but they can also get the worst of you. And what America is coming out of, Japan is going to go into, if you think about it. So by the time wokeness ceases to be a problem in America, it'll become a big problem in Japan. And speaking of Japan, there's a lovely, scrumptious Japanese meal here. It's called Cat de Sonoir. That's called Rising Sun Cat.
No, that would be China though, not Japan.
No, they eat cats and dogs too.
I don't think so.
Yeah, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Koreans, Vietnamese, Laotians, a lot of them. It's as simple as that. I know. I am an Asian expert. I don't have a nose.
Asian expert, but all you watch is their porn.
I'm sorry. Porn is banned in Israel because we know better. But in all seriousness, ladies and gentlemen, when we look at Sucker Punch, they have changed far too drastically for their own good, and as a result, it will ultimately kill the company.
Yeah, kind of 5 years.
Me, well, yes, I think it will take 5 years.
No, it was 5 years since Ghost of Tsushima, and then yeah, Ghost of Tsushima came out 5 years, the same year as Last of Us 2.
Well, I think that's how long it will take. Another 5 to 6 years for this country. this company. Imagine if Sucker Punch were a country to go fully down the drain.
Honestly, Sony might actually shut down the studio if this game doesn't sell, because it's their only big release this year, and Marathon's not coming out like ever.
No. You know what I think? What I think Sony should do is collaborate with a GPU maker and release what Xbox is going to release, which is an entry level PC with their next Xbox. That's what they're going to do.
Well,
I think Sony should do the same thing, possibly with Nvidia.
They are already like talking about making PS6 a handheld. Yeah, I'm not even joking. Like, it's like, what good is it if it doesn't have any games? That is like,
well, they're just gonna try to get in. They're trying to like compete now with Nintendo now, because Nintendo's still doing the handheld thing technically. So, and Nintendo's gonna win anyway, regardless.
yeah, Nintendo is going to win because they have the brand power.
The value of a handheld console is you can justify having it on top of a computer. Same thing with retro consoles or anything else where the games are physical. You can have a PC and you can have that. There is no reason. Everyone's buying PCs because PCs just do more things. There is no reason to own a PC and a PS5 when you might as well just spend the money. When a PS5 costs the same amount as a low-end gaming laptop or gaming PC, you might as well just buy a gaming PC. Whereas the handheld justifies its existence by being portable.
In fact, speaking of portability, guys, I found, and yes, it is secondhand, but it does work perfectly well and can hold a charge for about 10 hours. A PC that is 16 inches. So it's a laptop. It's not a gaming PC, but it's a 16-inch laptop with a monitor that can go all the way around the laptop. And it has a touchscreen, right? And it is the same price, retail, as a secondhand Xbox Series X. I would rather have this PC that can do all the things that I want as a content creator with this touchscreen ability, with this great looking monitor as well. All it needs is an entry level PC based graphics card, and you could play all the retro games you want on there. That's available that you could emulate. I know some people are not big emulator fans, but the future is not in the console space. The future is in the PC space, with the ultimate battle for the industry being between mobile gaming and PC gaming. And if you only think about that financially, then mobile gaming is going to win from a financial perspective, despite the fact that the vast majority of mobile games are dog shit. As Dash stares into the void.
I'm just looking at some more stuff on PlayStation. I wanted to see if anything.
Your mom
now
needs to
Dash is
recalibrated.
Oh shit! What happened to me? Oh god!
Yeah, as soon as I pointed that out, Dash just looked straight at me with an evil stare, with a stare that penetrated Xeen's brain.
I guess new model, new sensitivities. Yeah. So
do you well, Ozzy, do you like Dash's new model? Are you going to take it off for him, Dash?
Yeah. I don't know what Arza likes, but
shake him. Hey, look.
Oh, he's not.
You look like you use nipple pumps. Sorry, you've lost the twinkification. It's gone.
Okay. Put the shirt back on, please.
I wanted to shed the twink stuff. I don't want it to be a twink.
No. Why be a twink when you can be dyslexic?
I am dyslexic.
You can be both.
There you go.
A dyslexic twink.
In fact, twinks are better when they're dumb because they can't run.
Damn, man. Well, not when you tie them up. Xeen, what do you make of this topic so far? We don't want to isolate you. just
Yeah,
closes his eyes and prays
sorry.
that I don't ask him a question again.
Oh no, it's I just sort of had an airheaded moment.
Okay, that's fine. All right then. Well, here's a cat, folks. That's entertaining, right? A cat.
Yeah.
Hey.
So, there's the video. Kyle, who has me blocked for some reason.
Yet
Just
I
posted-
do not understand that. There's got to be. Look, you're not racist and you're not a cunt. So why is Sail or how? Because I've actually, with talks with my mentor. My mentor has actually been on a show with Sail, and it was one of the few times my mentor made one of Hypno's guests laugh on more than one occasion. And for those who don't.
Then maybe you can get him to unblock me because I am a sub. This is the video I was telling you about at the beginning of this topic. Look how freaking nuts she is.
Is she a man? Is she a man? That's her name. Is she?
She is a freaking nutso. And also, like, she's really like in deep with the Critical. She actually was on a season of Critical Role, and she actually made the Antifa comment talking to Liam O'Brien of all voice actors.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, she looks like she has a couple of critical roles. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen,
yeah, she rolled too many ones and got like. Yeah, so are we moving on?
Yeah, she ordered a Big Smoke order too many times, folks. On that note, 2.3, I'll write that down for a solid hour.
Hey, guys, if we have time, we have kind of breaking news.
Oh, what's that?
Gina Carano has got a new show coming.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Guess I'll just.
Sure, I can just share.
I'll just look, Galaxy. You might as well just told me go fuck yourself, Digny, because I gotta scratch out the timestamp and add a new time.
Sorry,
I'm not seeing anything.
Yeah, it was on her. She posted on her X.
Okay, I'll go.
But here,
direct.
I just shared the article, the Deadline article.
Okay, so it's a crime show.
Yeah, but she's gonna be. I think she's gonna be the star of the show, though.
Okay, folks.
That's cool.
One hour, 3 minutes dead. There we go.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the breaking news story, Red. We appreciate you so much for that.
Yeah, so I wanted to get into this.
Mm-hmm. Well, Bandai Namco condemns violent AI memes as games industry fears rapid change. Go ahead, Dash.
So Bandai Namco has been one of the few companies to actually release a statement. Apparently, the statement's gone now, but probably because it got out. So, like, the statement has been made. But this was in response to some violent AI images with their brand logo, and one of them was of Charlie Kirk. I've seen it. I can't show you what it looks like because it will break YouTube things. It is really bad. So I'll read.
It is such. Well, sorry to interrupt you, Dash, because I know you pushed hard for this topic. It's such a shame that YouTube has this censorious mindset, considering it's absolutely essential, especially with the rise of AI, to get as much transparent information out there as possible, especially with the clips, because you guys and us as well, content creators, need to be able to distinguish what is real from what is not real. And I think displaying that would be a great step forward. So, YouTube, stop being censorious. There's no.
If anyone wants to see the image, it's I'll just tell you, it's just an action figure of Charlie Kirk with its neck bent.
Damn.
It's bad. Okay, so on that,
made with AI, basically, because it's fake.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah, and it has like it looks like it's in one of Namkai Bando's like toy boxes for their like anime figurines.
Yeah.
We have recently been made aware of AI generated images circulating online that depict the Bandai Namco Toys and Collectibles America Inc. logo on packaging associated with graphic or violent content, including references to recent events. We want to make it unequivocally clear, Bandai Namco Toys and Collectibles America Inc. strongly condemns any forms of violence and does not support or endorse the use of our brand, products, or logos in any such context. These images are not created, approved, or affiliated with our company in any way. We are actively investigating this matter and are taking steps to report and remove any unauthorized or misleading content. The misuse of our intellectual property in any way that misrepresents our values and intentions is deeply concerning and we will not be tolerated. We thank our community for bringing this to our attention and encourage anyone who sees similar misuse to report them to us directly. Yeah, meanwhile, companies like Microsoft, Sony, and Square Enix have like, they're just like, they won't like condemn their employees.
Yeah, they won't publicly say anything.
Yeah.
Why
in-
would
in
they? They're
this
just going to
case-
fire them later.
Yeah.
I know, but they should still say something so people will actually continue
like,
to
even if they
buy
are
something from them.
even if they are working behind the scenes to fire or even like batten down the hatches, like, you know, a lot of fans are really pissed and are canceling their subscriptions. So they really like do need to eventually get ahead of this. And like there's already people talking about starting violence at FanFest, like over like, you know, some lefties want to like get like some psychopath. So like it's out there, that info. But
Yeah. Well, the difference between Bandai Namco and, say, more Western companies is that the institutions in the West are rotten to the core with leftism. I know Japan has a very big Communist Party, folks, but they don't have a lot of institutional power. And the thing we need to understand is that leftism is built into our society. We're a capitalist state or capitalist society with a welfare state attached to it. And until that welfare state is removed, the scourge of socialism will never die. But try telling boomers that, right? Your pensions lead to radical leftism. And they're like, don't touch my pension, man. Don't touch my pension, man, or I'll send you to Israel. I know, I get plenty of groypers over here sent to Israel because of boomers. They do. They send people. Dash. It's crazy.
I just want to talk about video games, man. I just want to talk about video games.
So do
I want
I.
to talk about like ripoffs of Pepe and yeah.
Pepe is
So
everywhere. That green frog is burning into our minds, right?
yeah,
We want to talk
he's
about
a transcendent meme. I do agree. Pepe is a transcendent meme at this point. And
We
he
wanna
was
make-
transcended for the funniest reasons, mostly because of Hillary.
well, we want to make pop culture great again, right? The way to do that is to get this poison out of our discourse. The only way to get it out of our discourse is to showcase positive situations like this and to showcase the more negative ones coming out of the likes of Microsoft through their subsidiaries like Bethesda, or most recently, companies like Sony PlayStation through their subsidiaries like Sucker Punch. We've got to draw the poison out.
Yeah, like Microsoft and their thing of take us north.
Yeah.
Oh
Take
yeah.
us north, because
Well, yeah,
winter
that's
is
the
coming.
other thing. They've been funding a lot of like propaganda, like games. They're all big on DEI initiatives. They separate devs based on their sexual preferences and their race. Like, you know, they'll have like the gay like dev corner, and then they'll have like the Latino dev corner and the black dev corner. Like they're literally segregating these people.
So long as
No,
they don't
that's
interact with
yeah.
the other ones.
Yeah, it is essentially segregation. And look. Segregation, to protect people is perfectly fine, but you don't need to be protected from creative endeavors, folks. I think it's very important that we condemn what Microsoft and Sony are doing and support what Bandai Namco are doing throughout this situation. It's absolutely vital because we've got to get this poison out of the discourse.
Okay, Xeen, what are your thoughts?
With Sony, I mean, there was a little information last year where if like Yotei fails and basically what was Bungie's game
Marathon.
because there was some information where the Japanese side is trying to retake the company, but because the Western companies made so much money, they took over. But
they basically were like they were too trusting of them. They thought like the Western companies could carry Sony, and now like they're just like messing up all over the place. They went all in on live service. They made all the same like third-person movie game over and over again with this easy difficulty. Like, people were making memes about how easy the last God of War game was, where like the voice tells you exactly how to solve the puzzle.
And the yellow paint, folks. Remember the yellow paint? It's like, I don't know where the fuck I'm going. Yellow paint. There we go.
Yeah, that paint that's all over 7 Remake.
Yeah. Follow the yellow paint, stupid gamer.
Oh my god, yeah.
Well, there was also additional is that the Japanese side is regaining power. If Marathon and Yotei fails, we might see more of the Japanese side take over.
Yeah, imagine if like we get like Team Asobi to make a Sly Cooper game, since they already made a very successful platformer.
That would be a very interesting concept because franchises like Sly Cooper are just essentially buried because, we can't find a reason to make it and release it, so we won't. It's not a big enough name for us to milk dry.
Sly Cooper, really not a big enough name. I find that like very like. I mean, I've barely played any of those games, but like I know, and it's not because of the furry connections. Okay, it's just I know people love Sly Cooper. People love those characters.
Well, people think about it now, Dash.
People also love the Jak and Daxter games. So
yeah,
now that Activision Blizzard, which is part of Xbox, has total control of the Crash Bandicoot franchise, you think the next Crash Bandicoot will be a good game? The only reason the fourth one, It's About Time, did so well was because it was a passionate and total return to form for a franchise that had been on the ropes for the best part of a few decades because of how many companies.
Yeah, they messed up the female character. Galaxy. Let's Arza. Let's go Arza, then Galaxy. Arza, what are your thoughts on Bandai Namco's statement compared to their competitors?
I mean, they're all looking at a lot of people basically taking their IP and using it for satire and whatnot, and they're just trying to. I don't know. This just comes off as nothing more than corporate speak. As please stop using our IP when we don't want you to, as opposed to actually having a ton of weight behind it. And it's just, you have to put out a statement to condemn it, otherwise it looks like you're cheering it on. So I mean, they're just putting out what they need to say.
Mm-hmm.
But that's more than the others are doing. That's what I'm like. So to me, it's appreciated.
Yeah, it's a step in the right direction. That's the thing about culture warfare, folks. A lot of it is war of attrition stuff. Small steps forward. That's why we've all been doing this for so many years. And sometimes you get steps forward, other times you get steps back. I think this is a step in the right direction, but I think it's very, very important to showcase why this is a good thing and why we should condemn companies like Sony, like Microsoft, and even Nintendo for their reprehensible actions in the gaming space. Bringing console gaming to the point where what's the point of your existence anymore? Why should we buy a $500 series console? Why should we buy a $500 PS5 or PS6? Why should we even buy a Switch 2 that's going to break?
All right,
inevitably?
Galaxy, do you have something else to say? Because I want to get your opinion on
the speaking of the
message.
$500 series console, it's not $500 anymore. They upped it to $650 just now.
The Switch 2?
No, series as an Xbox.
Oh yeah, that's right. They
Well,
were,
it's not now yet. It's not there yet, but it's in October 3rd. They're going to up the prices to $650.
ridiculous.
It's fucking
My
crazy.
Buy second hand.
Yeah. Anyway, you wanted me to talk about the thing here.
Yeah, the Bandai Namco statement and
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think it's good they're actually talking like this, but I wish that others would do it too. Like especially for Square, because I mean,
yeah, especially I'm a big Square fan. You know that.
Yeah, they need to come out and say what they gotta say for this, because they need to make a statement. They haven't said shit, so it's just.
Oh well, they have that
That's because
activist on the
but-
board.
Yeah. I mean, Square doesn't exist anymore, guys. Neither does Enix. It's Square Enix now.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
I'm not going to merge Dash.
well, it's easier
and
to say
Galaxy
Square,
together,
but you know.
right? I'm not going to merge these two great people together to make some abominatory shithouse. That's what Square Enix is. An abominatory shithouse. The merging.
Well, it might as well
of
still
two
be
great
Square.
company.
It might as well
Mhm.
still be Square, because they pretty much killed Enix. They don't really do much with them other than Dragon Quest, and most of the time they don't do much of Dragon Quest. So it's just.
Yeah,
the
they
Enix property.
definitely prefer Final Fantasy over Dragon Quest, but Dragon Quest is still so beloved and popular that they are supporting the IP.
Yeah, but they're doing a very minimal job for that one, for Dragon
I
Quest.
just want to remake Final Fantasy VII for the 8th time.
7 gets too much. People jerk off 7 way too much. It's not my favorite game in the series. 4
it's still a good game, but it's not good enough to actually
4
have so many games in it.
4 and 9.
Problem.
Oh,
Go on.
9? I like Final Fantasy 9.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 9's awesome.
Well,
Guys.
I like 4, but 6 is better than 4.
Guys, my biggest problem with Square Enix is that they've made 16 versions of the same fucking game, and they've
No, they
called it
didn't.
Final Fantasy each time. It's like, okay,
It's
we
not
understand
it's not
why.
the same game, but okay.
Well, it might as well be. It's in the title after all. I can't wait for Expedition 33-2, 33-3, 33-4, 33-5, 33-6.
It won't be called that if they have a sequel.
That's because
Yeah, they're not. It'll sound too much like Final Fantasy 13-2 or X2.
Yeah, my guess is Claire Obscure is going to be the name of the series, and then they're going to change it to something else for the next one. But it won't be Expedition something or other. It'll probably be something else.
Yeah, Writers' War. But in all seriousness, literally, just let's focus on the writers, because you referenced them. We've had a story about the artists. Let's now have a story about the writers. About they set fire to the fucking mansion, that sort of thing. But the point is, folks, a company can't stay the same throughout its existence. That's why things have a beginning, a middle, and an end. I mean, Square had a beginning, a middle, and ultimately it ended with a merger, which has completely killed the soul of the company. While Enix had a beginning, middle, and end, which completely killed the body of the company. The soul still lives through the people who enjoy Dragon Quest and that franchise.
I based my whole persona off my Final Fantasy 14 character. So because it was the first MMO I really dived into, and even though I'm very far behind in the story, despite having such an old account, I love my character so much that I literally like brought him to life with this
same
VTube
with
app.
me. We both did the same thing.
Yep. Let's see. Ray says Dragon Quest 2 and 3, Trinity and Dead Horse are going into remake mode.
Did you have a stroke while saying that, Dash?
No.
Two-thirds of he says 2/3 of Dragon Quest Trinity are dead. Hence Dragon Quest going into remake mode, because that means they haven't been making any new games, just be remaking them.
Yeah, so Dragon Quest 12 is dead, I guess.
But there's a reason.
No, I think it's still coming, but it's not going to be for a couple years, probably a couple years more.
There's a reason I'm bringing up Expedition 33 in this dialogue in regards to Square Enix, because it showcases what that type of game, that type of Final Fantasy game can be like in, the modern world of gaming, for lack of a better term. The irony is, as I've mentioned before, and as my mentor has mentioned before, Square Enix cannot make a game like that because it wouldn't be profitable enough. I mean, Expedition 33 has done so well financially and has done so well critically for a studio of that size. But if it had been exactly the same circumstances, with exactly the same sales and exactly the same critical acclaim, then Square Enix's Expedition 33 would have been Game of the Year, and it would have made Square Enix nothing. They would have lost money, not made money. Which just goes to show that the biggest problem with Square Enix is that they're structured in such a way where they have to keep remaking 7, where they have to go in this direction with Final Fantasy 15 and then 16, and then no doubt fucking 17 will double down.
You have a point. 16 sold like 3 million copies on PlayStation 5 and actually outsold 7 Remake Part 2. But the thing is, it was still considered like below expectations. And unfortunately, once they released the PC port, much of the hype had already died, and it was even worse when they finally released it on Xbox.
I mean, the amount of money, Dash, that Square Enix makes from their exclusivity deals with PlayStation are enormous, but the company has been bleeding out financially because of how shoddy this merger has been structured throughout its existence. That's why you don't merge companies. You don't merge people. So you shouldn't merge companies. It has the same effect. I mean, the only thing keeping Activision Blizzard afloat is the company that's not mentioned, King. Candy Crush makes more money than Activision and Blizzard combined, and yet back when it was its own company, Activision Blizzard didn't even give King the courtesy of being part of the brand name.
Yeah, I was about to say all that.
Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
So there you go. Rant over. We can move on if you see. Look, our audience has dropped to 4 because I mentioned how great Candy Crush is.
I think it might have been like it before he said anything.
Hey, Dash, don't ruin a good narrative. Don't ruin a good.
Yeah, I know you're throwing me off my game, man. But yeah, so I guess we can move on to the next topic. Or
yes, we can.
Okay.
Before we move on, can I get an out? Sorry, I have to pick up a car from getting repairs.
Okay.
Done. All right. Okay. All right.
No,
so you're getting the boot. Oh, wait. First, show yourself.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, if you guys don't know who I am, my name is my channel is Arza Chats. I upload to YouTube, Rumble, Instagram, TikTok, and of course X. I was going for daily, but now I'm going for every 2 to 3 days where I'm uploading. And I'm about to put out a video on on Caleb Hammer. Some criticism Caleb Hammer has received that is just the peak definition of postmodernism. So if you guys want to check that out, it'll be up after this show is over. So stay with this show till it's over. And yeah, that's pretty much what I've got going up in the future. I might try live streaming sooner or later. We'll see how that goes. Just follow me on Twitter and you'll know everything that I'm doing. And thanks for letting me on, guys. I'll see you guys later.
Awesome.
Bye for now.
Bye, Arza.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right, so we'll go on to our last topic, which oh yes, Hurricane Katrina.
Hmm?
Oh boy, Katrina Abenakis.
What?
What?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Uh,
Uh,
you don't have
Galaxy,
you
you've
don't
just
know-
described the show. It's like, dude, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
I
you
am
know, I
an
don't know what
Carolina
you know.
freaking
When, sometimes
Lynx.
Dash says some things
No,
that I
no,
don't
no, no.
understand.
It's
That's
let
why.
let me rephrase that for Galaxy. Okay, a land whale called Katrina
Okay.
heads to Japan as Nippons spear a petulant, a progressive. Okay,
Okay.
here's the appropriate
Yeah.
context.
Well.
I'm sure Dash would be happy to give it to you, and he'll
Well,
give
yeah,
it to
Yeah.
you
I'm
Yeah.
sure
raw.
you know who this woman is. Like she's literally the poster child of bad localizers. She's literally
Yeah.
like celebrated turning a femboy
Yeah. I
like
know. I know. When
story.
you said Hurricane Katrina, I thought you were talking about the actual Hurricane
Oh, you
Katrina.
thought
And
I
I
was
was
talking?
like,
No,
yeah.
I'm
I was like, what are you
she
talking
is a
about?
hurricane. She comes in and she wrecks everything.
Yeah. I get that now, but before when you were saying
Look
it,
at
I thought
how
you were talking about.
offensive. Look at how offensive she's smiling. The way she's smiling, is very offensive
It's
to
a
all
smug
Asian
smile.
people.
Well, because she
It's
knows
smug.
she's gonna go there and wreck and culturally wreck everything and make it safe. Take
And
all
look at
the
her
edge.
eyes too. Her eyes scream, "I'm pretending to be Japanese."
Because she's squinting.
Yeah. So learning the
she's
law.
forcing her to squint there.
Big Brother Katrina, the famous localizer who inserted non-binary characters into 13 Sentinels from Vanillaware, is now director of localization for a major Japanese company who people have already figured out it's Sega.
Oh,
Oh, great.
Well, yeah, because she's moving in that area and she's worked for Sega in the past.
So what is she going to be working at Sega for? I mean,
Like Atlas Games, basically.
Atlas games. Oh no.
oh dear.
Well,
That
like
means
she's
I
that
worked
know.
means
on them.
that means the next Persona is like pretty much like dead on arrival. Then
Look how they took this cross-dressing boy and made them non-gendered in this Japanese game. They took representation away.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Vocalizers, Japanese version. This is more convenient for me. It lets me keep it a secret that I'm alive, but the English version is, let's say some binaries work for me and others don't. This lets me hide the fact that I'm even alive. Okay.
Japanese version says this is more convenient for me. It
I
lets me
said
keep-
that.
Yeah.
yeah, I know, but it's a different, slightly different wording from the English translation.
Yeah, this is what Satanists love to do, folks. Just like the devil, they insinuate. It's in the word, insinu, sin. They like to twist language for their own personal political agendas. And that
Yeah.
is why, folks, whether you like to admit it or not, the opposition are satanic spawn, especially with all the toxic stuff in their hair.
So is she working on Persona 4 then? Because that's coming out soon, like next year, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That
Oh
Persona.
no, like so this was her like announcement saying she was working on some Persona ports. And then I think I kicked off the engineering on this one before I left Sega. We worked hard in hand with Atlas developers and engineers,
Yeah,
software.
for Persona 3.
And
That's why it's
ensuring
down
all
there.
was
Yeah.
bilingual memes, memo queue, language automatically. I'm trying to see like if one of her more inflammatory statements, like how she said she was going to make characters trans. She literally brags about
can
making.
you just search her on X, or is she on Blue Sky?
Oh, she's on X. She is on X. She that on my old
Yeah.
account she had me blocked. She probably moved to Blue Sky for all I know. Like
I know, but I mean, even if she blocked you now, anyway, you should be able to
I
still
also
see her
can't
post.
spell her last name. I can't spell her last name for the
You don't have to do the
What?
last name. Do the handle.
Leonodakis.
The
Or
handle.
Leon
That
Nodakis.
that screenshot is from Blue Sky though, so that's probably where she is at then.
Oh yeah, so
You-
she fucked off the Blue Sky.
you-
Big
You
surprise.
guys want to know how to remember this bitch's name? Her name is Katerina. Leon doesn't have a penis. Leon Nodakis.
Well,
There you go.
it sounds like a feminized version of Leonidas, but okay.
Like so she defended a localizer who turned the story. I turned my best friend into a girl, into a trans story when it was a boys' love story. Now I know Dingy, your mentor, probably would not like that since it's a gay Digny. You probably would not. Your mentor probably wouldn't like it because, as you know, he was very homophobic. So,
Yeah, I found her. She's went private. Went X. So that's not a good sign normally.
here's Pirate Nation talking about it, highlighting.
You know, Dash,
There's
you've
the
got to have.
Colonel.
Well, yeah, Dash, you must have great eyesight because Dan,
This is as far as it lets me like.
Did I?
Go
zoom in.
There you go. I shared it so you can
There
see
you
if
go.
she's private or X account.
Well, you want to share something?
Yeah, I just shared her X account to show you that she's private.
Okay. Let me. Is that in the private chat you sent?
No, I'm sharing my screen, Dash.
It's not coming up.
Well, it should be because I did.
It's not coming up.
Well, it removed it apparently. All right, there we go.
Okay, yeah, there it is. Okay, I
I
gotta
love
remove
this
this.
show. Subscribe to the channel, folks.
See, poster retracted. Katrina Leonidakis or whatever.
Yeah, but no, she has like bragged about changing.
Yeah, I migrated to
things,
bluer sky. See, she's over blue sky.
Yeah, she probably did that after the election, like they all did.
I'd migrate to Blue Sky if she tried to give me an erection, Dash. I'd be like, I am getting out of here.
Yeah, we don't need it anymore. Just doing
come
it.
on.
She's also very anti-AI translation.
Good. That means we can get rid of her job.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think she should be fired, right? I think we need wide-scale digification of the entire world. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a cartoon. And my colleagues won't just agree with me because they're also digital cartoons, okay?
See, here's a whole Bounding into Comics article written by Packer Girl.
Answer?
No, it's Packer Girl.
Ah, Packer. I remember Packer. My mentor told me a lot about Packer, how he enjoyed one of her videos until he heard a smoke alarm battery go off, and he was like, no. Hopefully she's gotten that fixed. For her audience's sake, if nothing else.
So, like, I turned my best friend into a girl.
Xeen, are you enjoying your time on a network show?
Yes.
There's times that a bit hard to tell when I can insert or just.
I mean, you can just talk.
Yeah,
Doesn't-
yeah, you can just talk. You can talk.
I mean, but you know, just if you get if you seem like you're interrupting something, I'm sure someone else will give you the room to talk when you when they're done.
Mm-hmm. In your
See,
own
look,
time.
they already
Yeah.
like Spencer's already showlighting her work.
You're not sharing screen, Dash, if you wanted to show that.
Fuck me. Zoom
What?
in.
I guess I have it. I have a different tab open. That's why. So.
Oh, what's going on? What is happening?
Maybe the title needs to be "What's Happening to the Show."
Hang on, you guys. Yeah, here it is. You impatient
You might want to
bastards.
zoom in a little though, because we may not be able to see.
Yeah, I don't have good eyesight, Dash. Zoom in.
That good enough?
Yeah, see,
Courtesy of-
see, Disney's got glasses on. Can't you tell? He's gotta
Yeah.
do that.
Courtesy of, scroll up.
Go up all the way.
Courtesy of Selvier Katich. There we go.
Yeah, so this isn't like a complete example, but if you go to like my friend Andy Matrix's channel, he has covered Katrina extensively. I have done videos on Katrina. We've all done like, now these aren't particularly games she's worked on, but she has worked on like, I guess, like some Yakuza games and a couple of Sega games and some like lewd manga. Yeah, so this was just a general topic about localization. I want to find like stuff like things she said where she's actually antagonized people about how she's like making stuff more politically correct and inclusive. Like taking out language she personally doesn't like.
I mean, that's exclusive. But...
Exactly. Which just goes to show the contradictory nature of the opposition zine. Well done in that regard. I think it's very important that people realize that in the digital age that we have, that there's no place.
You don't need to keep going, Dash. It's just showing other articles.
Yeah, I'm looking for a specific one.
There is no place for localization. There's no place for localizers anymore. We can just have a program do it, right? And if they fuck up, it's just the program. Let's have a laugh about it, making a mistake. Blooper, AI blooper, make it funny.
Oh yeah,
and then none of you fuckers with your poisonous discourse have to be part of it anymore.
What if I type Katrina?
Crunchyroll's doing that. They already got caught in one of the episodes.
Type in Katrina, brings up an article from 2018. I wonder who wrote it.
Okay, Western Localizer proudly brags about butchering Sentai Filmworks localization. There
There's
she
the truth,
dropping
yeah.
is.
I remember my mentor telling me about the guy who started this, who lost control of his own company like a douche. He sold out, Dash. He did.
The translation theory, hard work. My subtlety for this week. We might have to
Subtitles,
translate
a subtlety.
instead of "It Little Sister."
Now, I think this is a very good article for a content creator to write, because they're not easy to do, folks. They do take time, and I think it's very important that we understand the hard work and dedication that's necessary to showcase this kind of information. I heard a police car, so someone's getting arrested.
Oh, SWAT team inbound.
That's probably from Dash's.
Yeah, my walls aren't very very thick, so I'm looking for her. I can't really find.
No, go back to that, Dash. There's a picture there of Anime Hitler. If we scroll down, where is she?
That was,
Oh,
scroll,
yeah,
scroll
yeah,
up,
she
there
scroll.
she is. It's Anime Hitler.
Damn demons.
Yeah.
Have you watched Furin?
No, I just know her by reputation. She's Anime Hitler.
Yeah,
That is, of course,
yeah,
if you believe Jews are demons. I don't.
As
I'm in
opposed
Israel.
to Tanya the Evil, which is technically almost Hitler, but even though it's not really, it's supposed to be based on Germany or whatever, or before,
And this is such a hateful human being as well. Katerina unpronounceable last name. No wonder she's gone over to Blue Sky, because then she can blue cry into a blue dye as she succumbs to DEI and ultimately dies. Wordplay. Dash,
Yes.
anything else
Uh,
to add?
I'm thinking. I'm just playing
You're
with
still
my
trying
chat.
to you're still trying to find that article, aren't you?
Well, I'm trying to see. Yeah, I can't find it. It's the "I turned my best friend into a girl" controversy, where she defended whoever.
Imagine this for an anime story, because we need to pad out time. Imagine a guy is desperate for a girlfriend, but he has a best mate, and then
Oh
a
yeah, there
magic
it is.
a
Western
magic
localized.
creature.
What localizers reveal 7Cs always intend to localize feminine male as transgender female, saying translation consult trans people on changing characters' identity. This was supposed to be a gay romance story, and they made it a transgender story because totem pole, I guess. It's called "I Turned My Best Friend into a Girl." And
How
they
have,
actually had to. Here she is, like defending. I know the translators, they've done their homework on the series, reading future volumes, consulting with trans people, and working hard to make sure it's as accurate as possible. Shame on these listening to one rando and trashing it. Fully support this translator. The funny thing is, there was so much backlash that even the creator of the manga got involved, and they had to reprint the damn thing.
I think people need to realize that in America, at least, half the right wing want to fry people like this now, especially after the murderous political assassination of Charlie Kirk, because we're no longer tolerant of this, and we shouldn't. Just go into these intellectual properties and piss all over them, spreading your bile into the discourse. It's absolutely disgraceful. No wonder she's gone over to Blue Sky. But that place is not going to last.
Yeah,
I know it's just very small subset of fans who are very loud, and the rest of the community isn't like this. But it just disappoints me that so much of the community doesn't realize how hard we work to make sure everything is handled with care. We love what we do. Writing off what was an extremely complex and well-researched localization decision as tarnishing a character for no reason is absolutely ridiculous, and it's 100% something TERFs and the right would write for some bird site clout. Shame on you. Be better. Anyways, all my notifications turned off. I have a block party installed and have reply filters. Yeah. The more I think about, I think I turn my best friend into a girl, the more annoyed I am. I talked to a Japanese friend about it. They said this is not a trans story. It's a manga for getting butterflies. Moi Obo Okanoko boy BL, which stands for boys love.
Ew.
The concept of the otoko no ko, the femboy or the twink, as you would know, a boy that is like a girl, had less to do with the character themselves enjoying women's clothing, or had to do with the view of the reader's creator. It was a concept created to be enjoyed by the reader creator, completely separate from the guys who cross-dress or trans women.
Was that a thing in Japan before Western involvement?
Oh yeah, like femboys and stuff. Cross-dressing was big in Japan. Like there are tons of like cross-dressing in like Dragon Ball anime, but it was never like tied to transgenderism most of the time.
Yeah, there was even some like Japanese where if they didn't have a male heir, usually the daughter was basically like, "Oh, hey, yeah, I'm dressed as a male." So say, "Hey, we have a male heir." That was much older Japan though.
Yeah, so like that's where the term like trap comes from, like to describe like these like passing like boys that dress like girls and have really long hair and are just very feminine.
Mm-hmm.
Like for these very androgynous characters. Some people are into that. Some people want to be that. It's just a Japanese thing.
What a transformation.
But yeah, like, and a lot of these femboys, they don't like the transgender community because they keep trying to like warp these types of stories into transgender stories.
Well, Dash, I wouldn't like a community if they try to cut my cock off. Okay?
Understandable.
But damn, man, this is sick. And not the good sick. This is the bad sick.
How quick people are to believe things they see online, and how fast the game. How people are to assume malice and agenda pushing rather than using far more. I guess this one's a defender.
Why don't you defend these nuts, you shill?
Yeah. She did a great job with this article. I do remember reading this when this story came out. And Seven Seas did eventually correct it because I think the author of the series got involved.
That's good. All's well that ends well. And we
Yes.
appreciate that these sycophantic parasites are removing themselves from the wider discourse.
Unfortunately, they're not, because she just got a promotion and she's going to be in Japan directly influencing the games now.
Oh, I meant from the Western perspective. Japan will have to deal with the same kind of problems, and in the future. And the way they solve that is to make Japan great again. Banzai, banzai for the Emperor Kamikaze. Because that's what it will do. The way to defeat wokeness, the way to defeat the scourge of
Saint Hugo.
socialism. And yes, it's great to see Saint Hugo. I hope you're doing well. But the way to defeat the scourge of socialism, gentlemen, is for you all in your respective countries to return to what made you who you are, double down on it, and drive these invaders out of your land. So for the Japanese, banzai, banzai, banzai. There we go. So on that note, conclusion time and future plans.
All right. Let's see, I'll go last. So Xeen, you're the guest. Tell us what you got coming up.
Actually, very much today in was it 2 hours? Yeah, 2 hours.
No, it's gonna be 7:30 Eastern, I think. So.
I was talking Eastern time, or not Central times. 6:30 Central and 7:30 East will be my collab with Is Equal Maxwell playing Mech Warrior 5 Clans.
Ooh, nice.
And as well,
I prefer the previous one, but good luck to you.
Oh, Mercenaries?
Hmm.
Or you mean Mech Warrior 4?
No. The Mercenaries one. I find clans to be a bit too polished and linear, personally.
To be honest, I prefer Mech Warrior 4 Mercenaries.
Oh.
It's not linear. You can choose. You can literally go through it's not like your own story, where you can you can work for House Davion and actually lead them to complete victory over all the other houses.
See, look, we should have talked about this earlier. Then we could have turned it into a topic. Anything else, Xeen?
That's all for. I'll be today for.
Yeah, but what about the rest of the week?
Saturday, I'll be doing my one troll man of my Magic 8 run, where I don't recruit any other characters. It's just the very first character you make. The game is set basically balanced when you have 5 characters, so it is very brutal. I mean, My Magic 8 is a very old game.
Well, best
All
of
right.
luck to you in that.
All right, Galaxy, your plans.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow I'm going to be playing more Terranigma. Don't say anything, Digny.
Or what?
I told you. I wasn't going to say it. Anyway, yeah, we're going to be playing more of that, and I have my stream, my schedule out Sunday and next week. More streams Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, well, not Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Monday, I'm going to be playing with Ezekiel Maxwell as well, with playing Elden Ring Night Rain. So, and then Saturday, I'll be going back to Terranigma again next Saturday because I'm not doing
What?
any more Final Fantasy 14 on Saturday.
Yeah.
Terra what?
Stop.
Yeah, and when will you be back for Strangers of Paradise on my channel?
It could be the week after.
Oh, nice.
The
Nice.
Thursday after, not the Thursday coming up. The Thursday after that.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, Digny, your plans.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for watching this clusterfuck of an episode of Dash Attack's Old White Road. I'm very grateful that you all stuck around, and I'm very grateful for Dash for hosting this show. And I'm very grateful that I will be able to make about 3 to 6 videos from this show, and hopefully they will all do well. We're up to 115 subscribers over the Dignified Cartoon Gentleman. We gained a few subscribers today, based on the fact that Charlie Kirk's assassin confessed on Discord. So I look forward to Discord being considered a terroristic organization, because I hate that site with a fucking... you can check me out over at the Dignified Cartoon Gentleman. We appreciate everyone's support. It's all one word, at Dignified Cartoon Gentleman, capital D, capital C, capital G. Thank you all very much for watching. And for all the other network regulars, go fuck yourselves. Why weren't you here for today's show?
All right. Lastly, I'll go on Dash Attack. This weekend, I'll probably be doing more appearances on other people's channels than doing my own. But when I can, I will be, I guess, playing some more games. I'm going to try and be on Hunter's channel in about 2 hours. So I'm looking forward to that. Got an invite today to do that. So I'll hopefully he'll send me a link. And then this Sunday, I'll be on Kai's channel playing Dungeons and Dragons Curse of Strahd. And of course, this Saturday, I'll be on with Lebistro.
Good. And I think everyone should be really jealous of Ezekiel Maxwell, because he gets to play with all the boys, like Xeen and Galaxy Red. I mean, what's his secret?
He's just a good friend. That's it.
Yeah, good friend.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to end. Thank you all very much for watching. Good night.
Yeah, bye, guys.
Bye.